Whew. Hey, friend. I don't want to disappear again from you guys. I don't want to do that again. I want to say that it was, and it has been extremely hard for me to be vulnerable just about my health condition and the good days that I have, the bad days that I have, and the surgeries ahead and the appointments ahead that I have. And I really, really appreciate, again, you guys don't know how hard it was for me to even come on the internet. The internet is a very big space. It's not just YouTube. Like, you put things on the internet and it's out there for the world to see. So I thank you guys for taking care of my feelings and your comments, and I cannot afford to cry right now. You're not about to make me do that. Like, hold on. I do want to give you guys an update that I had my surgery Wednesday this week. Okay. Yes, there's dot on my eye. I'm really good at, and I think it's a blessing, but also it could be a bad thing. I'm really good at not making it look as bad or seem as bad, or I don't even like using certain words in my vocabulary because y'all words are so powerful. But when you go through adversity, I don't like looking like I'm going through any adversity in my life. So I need to go put my patch back on my eye. I'm really not supposed to be out and about, like around a lot of people. I'm on antibiotics, steroids, and stuff like that. I'm really supposed to be sitting down, but I don't know how to do that because I got kids. Like, I want to cook dinner tonight. I am going to be posting some videos coming up this week, probably tomorrow. The videos moving forward, they're going to be authentic. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Like, life is not going to look perfect. I'm not going to come on here with a face full of makeup. My hair isn't always going to be pressed out. My shirt might not even be matching some days, but I'm here, Lord, okay? I'm here. Color purple. If you know, you know. So, yeah, your comments made me feel seen. You know, when you're dealing with like I don't even want to say mystery illness, but when it doesn't look like what it looked like, you start to feel crazy in your head, and then sometimes you have these thoughts in your heads like maybe I am crazy, maybe there is nothing wrong with me, maybe I'm just a hypochondriac, you know. But the fact that so many of you could relate to me, it made me feel I don't feel crazy. And y'all, I had to cut a lot of people off in my life going through what I was going through, because whenever I would tell people I'm like, I'm having a really bad day, it would always be like, well, how come you can do this still? Well, how come you can do this still? Just because you're disabled does not mean that you are incapable of doing things. I am not going to freaking cry. And it's so crazy being put in this situation in my life. I'm not going to cry. Where I understand when people are like, don't treat me, number one, like I'm handicapped. And number two, also, don't treat me like I'm not when I say that I am. I don't know if that even makes sense to y'all, but I guess you'd have to be in the situation to understand that who you surround yourself with when you're going through something physically, and how you think and how you feel has a big part to play in your overall survival. Like, it's in the mind first. Granted, certain things are out of your hand, right? You can either enjoy the life that you have or not enjoy it. And for me, I'm enjoying every bit of life that I have. And so I've chosen to have people in my life that support me. If I would have listened to certain people, even healthcare professionals, look at the daggone thumbs up. Child's telling y'all to thumb up the video. Lord Jesus. It's the phone, y'all. It's the phone. And I didn't surround myself with different people and different healthcare professionals, I can say on this very day, I would be completely blind. Things would be irreversible. So I encourage you, if you are going through something and you know in your spirit how your body is feeling, and somebody around you is like, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's in your brain. Oh, you just stick with this doctor. You find a new support system. You need a support system. Okay, that's why they do have like healthcare advocates, whatever, nurses that call you, check on you. How's your mental health doing? Who is supporting you in this time? It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I just thank y'all. And I don't feel crazy because a lot of y'all are coming out with these same stories and the medications and how it made you feel. Like, you know, it can make you feel alone. I gotta get my spirit up. See, I don't like being all this serious talk, child. I can't do that for too long. I can't allow myself to do it for too long. You know, feelings of sadness and stress affect your body too. So you can't, although people be like, oh, you need to sit in your feelings and all, they need to think about what, baby. Girl, you better, what that man say? You got to think big. Okay, you thinking small. You got to think big. All the time. Happy thoughts. Force yourself to be happy. Do things that make you happy. Even if it's the smallest thing. If I sat and focused on everything in my life that was going wrong, then I feel like it's a reverse prayer. So don't pray in reverse. I don't pray in reverse. I don't care how my life looks to anybody. It's good. God is good. Things happen to you for a reason. Again, my surgery went well for all intents and purposes. I'm going to be doing a lot of things, adjusting to my life with my eyesight. I've had a lot of doctor's appointments. I've had a doctor appointment every single day this week, you guys. I'm tired of being poked and prodded, but I thank God for the insurance and being able to be poked and prodded on. I've got a lot of appointments lined up next week. Like I said, my surgery was on Wednesday. Thursday I had an appointment. Friday I had an appointment. Monday I have 2 appointments, same day. And then they'll probably give me a rest for Tuesday and then go back Wednesday and then Friday. So yeah, I got a lot of appointments because again, I may not look like I had surgery, but I did. But that's just the kind of person that I am, you guys. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. It could be kind of a kryptonite at times because, like, when I do, like, say something to people or finally break down, it's like, you're lying. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just making this up. You don't. You've been doing this. You've been doing that. You've been doing this. You've been doing that. Yeah, well. But I feel like I've been living, like, I don't want to say a lie. Because, like, when I go into a store, I know, and I only go to certain particular stores, I know a store so well that I can maneuver because it's familiar with me. But if I go to an unfamiliar place, I definitely need assistance. I need some kind of help to get around. Do you know what I mean? For instance, I had a doctor's appointment, and it might have been like just a new person at the desk or whatever that day when I was signing in. Not to my eye doctor, because the eye doctor's receptionist, they're not going to say this to you. But I had on some shades, and I was trying to not tell the lady that I couldn't fill out the paperwork, but I was telling her things verbally, like, my name is Valencia, my appointment is at 10:30. She said, oh yeah, just fill out the paper. And I was like, okay, fine. I didn't want everybody else in the waiting room to know, what was going on with me or my disability or anything. So I was like, okay, well, let me find the paper. And she was like, well, if you just took off the glasses, maybe you'd be able to see. I wanted to call her a name that's not in the book of names in the Bible. I wanted to call her something more adjacent to a female dog, but in the most derogatory way. But I didn't. I held it. I held it, and I just said, ma'am, I am blind. Maybe if you take a look at my file and have some bedside manner as a healthcare professional, you would see that notated as an asterisk when she comes in and signs in for the appointments today that this patient will need some assistance. Oh, well, I'm just filling it. Well, somebody should have filled you in. And then it's, oh, I'm sorry. You look so young. What's wrong with you? Ma'am, I am in the lobby just trying to get signed in. You ever heard of something called HIPAA? Not like the hippo, but HIPAA. Yeah, I'm not talking about that with you out here in the vestibule, okay? In the lobby of lobbies of the doctor's office with all these other patients, okay? Let me go sit down and tell me where the seat is at so I don't trip and fall. Is it clear for me to walk? It's so funny that I have to be kind to these people. I can't just snap off. I can't make my physical issues like turn my person. You get some people with disabilities who just are so angry, and I get it because you're like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Nobody understands. I get it, but you can't let it change you. You really can't. You just got to thank God for every day that you have. Getting angry with everybody around you because only you understand what you're going through. The anger isn't going to help you. It's only going to hinder you. So when you attack this situation with a little bit more patience and kindness, and it's not your job to educate anybody, but just to just take a pause, breathe, think about what you want to say before you want to say it, before getting outright angry with somebody who doesn't know because you look like an able-bodied person. I was in the grocery store once and the lady was like, you always come in here with designer shades on and looking good and da-da-da-da. You never take your shades off. And I was like, I had to tell her. And she was like, wow, you never know what somebody is going through. You never know. And I was like, yeah. I got to hurry up this conversation and get out of the car, y'all, because I've been sitting in the passenger seat of the car just to kind of take a moment and breathe before I go inside the house and deal with my kids and put on this great face that I'm just doing so great and happy and wonderful and not tired at all. So, yeah. But now moving forward, whenever I go into the grocery store, now that lady is the most helpful person to me. She looks out for me, for my kids and all of that, y'all. So, yeah. Moving with patience helps a lot. It helps people understand what you're going through, and then they'll be able to help you. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking it easy for the next couple of days. You are going to see some videos popping up, some things that I not pre-recorded, but I have been recording in the meantime. But yeah, post-op surgery is great. I don't look like what I'm going through, y'all, and I appreciate all of y'all so much. We'll talk soon. Yeah, I'm okay, baby. Thank you for asking. Dinner is served. Delicious.